Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, friends. I am going to start something new. All right, my friends. So I am coming to, of course, our beloved Treasure Tribe, as I do often in our team Facebook group. But today I've decided that I am going to get bold, I am going to get courageous, and I'm going to start sharing some of my wisdom, take it for what it is, within my Instagram community as well. So today I've got a live going on my phone with my Instagram followers. Hey guys, welcome. Glad you are here this morning. Hope you're doing well. To my Treasure Tribe, if you are watching live, pop in the comments that you are here. Let me know that you're here. So I apologize. I know I said I was going to be live at 9, and here it is, 9:17. So let me tell you how this rolled out. Like in the last hour. So I was in the shower. I was thinking about, I keep going back through my head all the incredible nuggets that we learned from Brian Carruthers on Monday night. Uh, we offered a training for our team, and I actually opened it up to our entire Parkland community. And Brian Carruthers, who wrote Build Your Empire, Money Mindset, Untrapped, as well as one other book, I believe. Yeah, one other book, How He Made His First 10 Million. I don't have that I don't have it at my desk. Otherwise, I would show you guys. Anyway, he shared so many nuggets. Okay, so first of all, I know we took a poll and I had you guys share your top 3 takeaways from Monday night's training. But what I would love for you guys to do is pop in the comments. I want to hear an action that you have taken since Monday, that you have put in place towards your business. I know it's just Thursday. I know it's only been 72 hours, but you know what? You know how he talked about having a sense of urgency. You know how he talked about how you've just got to take a step forward, and all of the nuggets that he shared. So even if it's a small something, even if it's something with regards to your mindset, I want to hear an action that you have taken since Monday, or a shift that you have made since Monday that was something that you learned from his training Monday night. So anyway, I'm in the shower, getting ready for the day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got all these thoughts going through my head. I want to go live with our tribe. We are our Treasure Tribe, and our company is kicking off August today. We closed out our month last night. We close out our months the last Wednesday of every night. So we closed out July last night. We had an incredible month. We're kicking off August today, and I was like, I've got all these thoughts in my head. I want to go live and share with the tribe. Also, recently, I have joined a mastermind group that is a mastermind group of top earners in our profession, in the network marketing direct sales profession. And I've been participating in this group for about a month now. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is because I want to be the best leader I can be, so that I can teach and mentor you guys to do all the things you want to do with your businesses. Like, that's it. It's that simple. Like, I know I've got, in my opinion, the best to offer those that are looking for a way to earn extra income and supplement their income. And I firmly believe every woman should have more than one stream of income, should have at least one stream of income. I firmly believe that, because you just don't know when plan B is going to hit, and the extra funds can really come in handy. So anyway, I was like, so my mastermind, sorry, all over the place this morning, squirrel. Had 2 cups of coffee, Nespresso coffee, by the way. I recently got an espresso maker, sold. It's good. So I was in the shower, I got out, I was putting all these notes in my phone, because I'm in the bathroom getting ready and putting all these notes in my phone. And then I get into my office, like 5 till 10, because I said I was going to be here. No, I said I was going to be here at 9, 5 till 9. And all of a sudden I was like, I want to print out my notes. So I've got it like here handy so I can share, because I won't remember them all, because I have ADHD and cannot remember anything. And then I go to print and there's no paper. So then I go looking for the paper, and my husband's in charge of the paper, and I don't know why. I don't know where he keeps the paper. the printer paper. I'm sure all of you know where your printer paper is kept in your house. I don't know where the printer paper is kept in my house. I'm embarrassed to say. I've got a lot of gifts. One of them is not knowing where the printer paper is kept. Anyway, so then that became a 10-minute search. Finding the printer paper, a 10-minute search. Okay. So that is why I'm a few minutes late. But I've got a few things I have to share with you guys because I am so incredibly excited and I feel so incredibly blessed, first of all. So one of the reasons why I believe so strongly, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So back to the fact that I joined that mastermind a month ago. That's how I met Brian. He is one of the participants in this mastermind. And why I believe so firmly and so strongly in his teachings is because I've never thought about it from the perspective of how he explains things. It's never been taught to me that way, presented to me that way. But the reality is, it's literally how I'm an example of doing the things that he has taught and suggested. I was doing it without even really realizing it. And there are so many examples. I mean, I could share hundreds and hundreds of examples just like what he was teaching and talking about that this profession can bring to so many people. And so I want to talk for a moment because I know we have we've had a record number of new Treasure Tribe team members that have joined us this month. So for those of you that don't know my story, I've been in the industry 14 years. When I first entered the profession, I was a small business owner at the time. I'd had a small business for 10 years in the wedding industry, loved it, but then Hurricane Ike, awful economy in 2008, took my small business down the tubes. And so I turned to our profession as a way to supplement our family income until my business picked back up. Like it was like going to be a short-term solution. And, I'm a problem solver. Those of you that know me well, I'm all about solving the problem, whatever that problem may be. So I'm not going to sit back and let it like cause stress and anxiety because that really freaks me out. I'm like, well, what can I do to take action? And those that have been here, since the pandemic, you saw what happened when COVID hit. Like we took action. Like we had to figure out something. And the first thing we did was we wanted to make a difference and we wanted to help make an impact during that awful time. And we kicked off Project Sparkle. Like we're doers. We lean in, we figure it out. That's what we do. And so anyway, and I think that comes from my upbringing and my two sisters, Christine and Allie will attest to this. We were raised by a Cuban immigrant and a country doctor. And what those two people believed in were hard work, hard freaking work. They have like the strongest work ethic of anyone I know. Like time outside of work time was more work time. We had a ranch, we worked, we built fences, we, had like a 2-acre garden because that would be way better than having like a small little container box, right? Like this is just what my family taught. This is just all we knew. This is what I knew. This is what I come from. And this is why I am who I am. I can't help who I am. It is who I am, right? But I also know the value that it has brought to me. And it's the one thing, while I am by no means a perfect parent, I've got lots of faults in the parenting department. The one thing I'm proud of is I've taught my children how to work hard and how to have a strong work ethic because guys, we are in charge of our own destiny. Like it's us. If it's not for, if we can't depend on ourselves, who can we depend on? We cannot assume we can depend on someone else because plan B might be needed. And in that instance, back in 2008, I needed a way to supplement my income because my business wasn't going to turn around overnight. That was the reality. So I turned to this profession. And my first immediate goal was we talk about how you've got to have that big why. You've got to have a reason. You've got to constantly remind yourself of why you joined, why you're here, why you've got to do the actions that maybe you're not in the mood to do that day. Because there's going to be times you don't want to. And that's when discipline has to set in. Okay. Discipline. So, and we all know about discipline. We have it in other aspects of our life, and there's times you got to bring it into your business as well when you're an entrepreneur. So anyway, I had two big bills that I wanted to cover. I wanted to cover home improvement loan, and I wanted to cover occupational therapy that my boys um, were both in that insurance didn't cover. And the tune of those two bills were $3,000 a month. Now, as I say that, that $3,000 a month may sound like a lot to you, like, oh my God, like I'm just over here wanting to earn $500 a month. And if that's your why, I'm glad you're here because this business can help you do it. But at that moment, don't judge me if that was what my why was. That was my why at that moment. And so I was like, okay, if this will help me get there, then that's going to be the vehicle to help me get there. And once I got involved and I started learning the business and I started learning what it provides for people and I started learning about the opportunities and I started learning about the impact I could make as I go out and help others who likely have the same need I have. It may be different. They may not have occupational therapy and a home improvement loan, but maybe they have a car note. Maybe they have private, baseball lessons. Maybe their spouse has gotten laid off during this rough time. Maybe, they stepped away from their career to raise their children and now they're looking for something to just cover some extras, mani-pedi on occasion, maybe a trip to a restaurant that's not McDonald's. I mean, these are all the things that those of us that have stepped away from incomes have likely been in at some point in our lives. So this profession for the last 14 years has truly changed my life. And, often I talk about like the big things that it's done. It's truly, it's allowed me to retire my husband from his corporate law career where he was a general counsel and miserable and had been miserable in that business for some time. It gave him the opportunity to pursue things that he was interested in and passionate about and find his purpose. It has given us the opportunity to be able to we had a second home for a period of time that we ended up moving to and building a coastal life for 7 years where we raised our three children through their middle school and high school years, something I will always be eternally grateful for that this profession provided to me. So these are like kind of the fancy things that it did, but I want to talk to you about some of the harder things that this profession has provided for me because I think often we forget to talk about, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that I had this to cover this. Okay. So, I remember when my oldest was in his teenage years. Those are tough. Who's raised teenagers here? If you've raised teenagers, they're tough. Some may be smooth sailing and hats off to you. They were tough for me, okay? So what did my income from this profession provide for me? It gave me the financial stability to be able to go and meet with a family counselor as I needed to learn how to be the best parent I could be with a teenager who I felt wasn't speaking my language at the time. Like I was here and he was 365 miles away. We were on two very different pages. And I needed to learn how to be the best parent I could be, to speak to that teenager so that, we could see eye to eye. And that helped me tremendously. And had I had my small business, had I been with my small business prior to that, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have had the money to go to a counselor. Who's been to a counselor? They're not cheap. They're worth it, but it costs money. My middle son, Drew, you guys have heard me share his dyslexia story. We would all, for our children, run in front of a speeding truck to protect them, right? And I would have done anything to help him with his dyslexia struggles. And it took us he first started struggling in kindergarten. In kindergarten, we finally found the right school in the fourth grade where he spent 3 years through his sixth grade year. So from kindergarten through six, what is that? 7 years. 7 years. I don't even want to count the amount of dollars that we spent on private tutoring. We moved him to a smaller private school first, continued the tutoring. That didn't work. We moved him back to the public school, continued the tutoring. That wasn't working. Like, I mean, it was thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I would do it all over again today, and I would do whatever it took for me to be able to have that income. Then, when we found the perfect school, the Briarwood School, which, by the way, if any of you ever have a child that is struggling so severely with learning differences, check out the Briarwood School in Houston. It changed his life and our life. Once we found the Briarwood School where he spent 3 years, um, I don't have to say it. Those are expensive. That school is very expensive. And I would have done anything to have my child at that school, and I would do it again today. This profession has provided me those perks to be able to do that. All right. My daughter, Macy tried out for cheerleader her 6th grade year. She wanted to be a cheerleader so bad. We'd moved to Galveston her 6th grade year. So she didn't get to, try out before the 6th grade year. So she tries out the end of the 6th grade year. She wanted to be a cheerleader so bad. Like, I mean, she didn't make it. She was heartbroken because all of her friends did, and she didn't. And so I was like, well, and she comes out of, once we find out, we get in the car, she's crying, and she's like, I'm trying out again next year. I mean, she was just she's very headstrong. I don't know where she gets that. But I was like, well, you know what? If you were going to try it again next year, then between now and next year, you've got to have practice, because practice makes, I don't even want to say perfection, gets you better. So we can't just go a year and try out again. Like, you've got to have practice. So I researched, I found a program that was 45 minutes away from where I lived. And she went on to do that program for 3 years. 3 years. Of course, she made cheerleader that next year. She fell in love with that program. We traveled not all over the country, but we traveled to many places, including Disney World, for competitions. I don't have to tell you guys what all that stuff costs. If you are a cheer mom, you know what I'm talking about. Pop it in the comments. If you're a baseball mom, if you're a soccer mom, if you're a lacrosse mom, you've been there. You know what all of these things cost. And this is, and again, I go back to, had I been in my corporate career, I don't know that we would have had the funds to pay for it. Had I been that small business owner that I was, I don't know if we would have had the funds to pay for all these things. I know we wouldn't have had the funds to pay for some of these things. And I'm so grateful. I am so grateful that I found this profession. And yes, jewelry is the vehicle in which I use to, go out and help others, also be able to make an impact in their lives. But this profession has been the vehicle that has allowed me to do it. All right. So this is what I want you to think about. I want you to think about going back to what Brian taught us on Monday night. I want you to think about what this business, being here at Park Lane, and for those of you that are watching me on Insta, you may be with another company, and what can it provide for you at that other company? Whatever. But I want you to think about how Park Lane can help you with your financial future, which is what Brian talked about. You remember how Brian shared what he has earned in his lifetime in his profession in the industry, in the network marketing industry, but then he said his net worth is actually greater than that. It's greater than that because he practices what he preaches, and he has chosen to invest, I don't know how many years, but I'm assuming a lot. He recommended Monday night 10% of your income, but he said if you can't do 10% now, you do what you can now. You do what you can now, and you grow it over time as you can. But he's done that consistently for years. And, he has built a nest egg greater than what he's earned. Okay. That is leveraging this business, this profession, to be way greater than even the things that I just talked about. That's leveraging this profession to provide for you so much more than you would be able to earn during the times that you were doing this profession. And that is huge. So I'm not going to name who shared this with me, but someone within our tribe messaged me yesterday morning, or maybe it was I'm getting the days mixed up now. Maybe it was Tuesday morning. She said, Brian's call was so good and really resonated with me. And she can out herself if she wants. She said, I hadn't thought about it that way before, but my job has allowed us to pretty much save and invest nearly all of her husband's income. She said his name, I won't say it here. Her husband's income for quite some time now. it's completely changed our lives and our retirement. Okay, let's talk for a moment about how powerful that is. Guys, that is so incredibly powerful. It has completely changed our lives and our retirement. Now, this person started this business, started in this profession 14 years ago. It was it was part-time for her for about a year and a half, something like that. Then she made it her full-time profession and treated it like a business and built a six-figure plus business and has continued to do that, and not only do it, earns more here with her Parkland partnership, significantly more. With a team, significantly smaller. So that is what this profession can provide for anyone that has the desire. It's not about what can it do for you today and help you make that impact in things today, help you cover the orthodontist fees, help you cover, I'll need all this dental work. I got the bill, like, they give you like a estimated cost. It's like $5,500 for, you can't ignore your teeth. I've got things going on in the back of my teeth I've got to address. Like, where does that money come from, right? We all have teeth. We all have issues that come up. I could go on and on. Our middle son, Drew, he has had to have 2 knee surgeries this year in a 3-month period of time. We don't even talk about the medical expenses that have incurred because of that. And again, having this business where I can level up, I can do more, I can do less at any given time, I could not be more grateful for. Truly, it is I feel blessed. I feel blessed that I came upon it, and I can't imagine what my life would look like if I had not come upon it. I'm going to share with you guys a crazy fact. Okay, this is a crazy fact, and I'm not sharing this to boast. I'm sharing this to share what's possible, and we're going to talk about what's possible in a moment. But what's possible is different for every single one of us. Meaning, you guys could go do what I've done. You could, but you may not want to do what I've done, and that's fine. But I know there's something really grand and possible for you that can make a really huge impact. And I want you to believe what's possible for you. And we're going to talk about that. But what I will have earned for the month of July that we just closed, is more. I will have earned more in 1 month in this profession with my company, which is Parkland Jewelry, for those of you that are watching outside of our tribe. I will have earned more in 1 month than I earned in any year, the 12 years that I was in corporate America. I will earn more in 1 month than I earned any year, the 12 years I was in corporate America. And I worked for a pharmaceutical giant. I was making way more money than any of my friends, I think, at the time. I worked for them in my 20s and early 30s. And I will earn more in 1 month than I did in any year in corporate America. That is what is possible in this profession. And I would have never been able to open those doors for myself in corporate America, nor would I have ever had the desire, because I like being my own boss. These are the benefits that come from this profession. I like choosing when I work. I like working around my family schedule. I get to choose when I choose to work. Okay, so back to what Brian said, and I know you guys loved the popcorn analogy. Okay, if you loved the popcorn analogy, drop it in the comments, because I know you guys loved the popcorn analogy. Did I get to where I am, not being consistent daily? Of course I did not, right? For those of you that are experiencing success at the level in which you want, for those of you that are like, I just want to earn $500 a month. You tell the people right now, are you earning that $500 a month by kind of popping in and out when you want on occasion? No, probably not. You're probably doing it more consistently. I know you are. For those of you that are earning $1,000 a month, are you popping in and out? I mean, maybe you are. Maybe you're like, you know what? I want to turn that $500 a month into $1,000 a month, or I want to turn that $1,000 a month into $1,500 a month. Or maybe you're like, I'm making $300 a month right now and I want to earn $500 a month. Guys, this is the thing. I want you to, and I wrote it down because I heard these words yesterday. I want you to build it every month to what you believe. We are starting a new month right now. We're starting a new month right now. So for this month, for July, maybe you earned $500, and there is nothing to shake a stick at $500, because you know what $500 a month consistently over 12 months equates to? That's $6,000 you've earned over the course of a year. $6,000. That is a lot of money. $6,000. That made a big difference in my life back in 2008 when I was starting this business, and what my goals were then versus what my goals are now were very different. That is a lot of money. But let's say you've done that and now you're like, well, I know I can do that. So I'm going to push myself to do a little bit more because I want to do some of the things that Brian suggested. I want to start investing in my future. I want to open that second savings account. I want to start putting money aside in that second account every single month. And then when I get to a certain amount, whether it's quarterly, twice a year, I want to move that over to a conservative investment fund. Whatever it may be. Maybe you want to go from 500 to 750 this month. Maybe you want to go from 750 to 1,000 this month. Maybe you want to go from earning 1,000 last month to earning 1,500 this month. Like whatever it is for you, you can do it. And I want you to believe what is possible for this month, okay? And of course, have that long-term vision. If you're like, my goal is I want to be like Elizabeth Baker and I want to retire from my job that's no longer filling my cup, and I want to be able to do this flexibly around my family's schedule and put more hours in and get more results out. Like if you want to be that person, have that long-term vision, but that didn't happen for her overnight. She started in October. She kept her eye on the prize. She retired from her job the end of May, and she went on a 2-week vacation to celebrate it, okay? That's what's possible. But this is the thing, and we know this, and this is when, I haven't used this term in a long time, but it's like, got to put your big girl panties on. You have to make your business priority every day. I'm not saying make the business the priority. I've heard this term used, and I love that. I'm not saying make it the priority over everything else in your life, but I am saying you have to make it priority. You have to make it priority and work the business every day. Look at your mentors. Brian told you, find an amazing mentor. Follow your mentors. You want to have a business that looks like your mentor? Follow what she's doing. Smartest thing you could do. As Brian mentioned, and I wrote this down, and I know many of you did as well because you shared it in our takeaways. The magic in this profession is helping a lot of people do a little bit happily. A lot of people do a little bit happily. Now, thankfully, I am so happy that here at Park Lane, we have a tribe of incredibly happy people because we are paid incredibly well and the perks are crazy. And as he was saying that, I almost laughed about it because I was like, thankfully, we don't have to worry about unhappy people because our people are all extremely happy. But back to that magic, the magic is helping a lot of people do a little bit, okay? That is where I want you to really think about how you can make the greatest impact in this world, how you can make the greatest impact in August, how you can make the greatest impact in your business is by not being selfish. This term was used to me yesterday. Our coach said, when you guys aren't getting, loud and proud on social, which is what I'm doing right now, I'm totally out of my comfort zone. I'm doing the training that I do often within our team organization because it's where I feel comfortable. It's where, I know you guys love me. And even if I make mistakes, like you forgive me, all those things. I'm loud and proud on my public Instagram page, which scares the jeebies out of me. But he was like, you are being selfish if you do not be loud and proud about what your business and your profession and your company can provide for others. Selfish from the standpoint of, and he's like, I'm not like pointing fingers at you guys, but there are so many looking for an answer. And we have an answer for those that are needing a solution. We have an answer. This last week, I have helped 2 new team members launch, Joni and Leslie, and it has been so much fun this week for me to help these women get started. They're getting parties booked. Their friends are supporting them. They've got both extremely exciting whys, and I could not be more honored to be able to help them do this. This is what I love about this business. All I'm doing is teaching them how to do what I've learned to do. That's it. That's it. And I'm not perfect at my live presentations. For those of you that want to see one, I did one last night on Instagram. Go to my Instagram page, Tysh Mefford. You can watch it there. I went live and did the exact same party. Well, I didn't do the exact same party I did for their 2 launches. I had a party last night and I shared it on Instagram. I was live on Instagram at the same time I was live here because I am extremely coachable. And when someone that I respect that has had incredibly more success than me suggests that I go get out of my comfort zone and do something, I'm all in, friends. Okay, so we are in a new month. Decide what you believe is possible this month. Decide what's possible. Is it possible for you to earn 500? Is it possible for you to earn 1,000? Is it possible for you to earn 2,500? Is it possible for you to earn 5,000? Is it possible for you to earn 10,000? You decide what's possible this month. Don't think about 5 years from now, this month, and then have your actions be congruent, that term that Brian used, with what you want to do this month and your goals. And that's it, my friends. So thank you guys so much. I know many of you are having coffee chats today with your teams, or maybe it's happening tomorrow. I love you all. I think you guys are, I appreciate you letting me just put my heart out here. Okay. I so appreciate it. You guys are the best. And Instagram, thank you guys. If you love me sharing what I share with my team here, let me know and I will continue doing it. Okay. Thanks everybody. Have a great day. Mwah.